Hi guys, nikolai60 here, coming to you with a special weapon review. And by special, I literally mean special, as in specialists. I was fortunate to get Viper and a auto turret and a specialist backpack slot out of the Kalinka cases, so I will be reviewing the auto turret use, and I have chosen to use it in this is the MK48 is also gonna be reviewed in its case as well. Anyways, where was I? I chose to do it in Cabin Fever for a specific reason, which I will cover in a second. There you get to see some good use of the auto. Well, it begins to fail once more than one enemy pops up. I'll explain that. Anyways, for regular use, the auto turret was good when it first came out from what I've seen of it, but it quickly lost its effectiveness as soon as everyone found out that all you gotta do is chuck a nade at it to deal with the problem. Even so, they do serve at least as watchdog weapons. Yeah, you hear them start rattling away, and you know that there's people nearby. They can't friendly fire unless friendly fire is actually on, but they will not deliberately target allies, which is nice and convenient. They're a bit slow on the setup though, which is their biggest problem. Let's see now. Yeah, their biggest disadvantage is their weakness to explosives, but they're pretty, it takes a bunch of hits from bullets typically to kill them. They're pretty annoying to get rid of with just a gun unless you can unless you actually take the time to aim, which a lot of people won't sit there, scope in, and try to pick them out. So, yeah, I mean, they're fun, particularly if you hide them in a corner or someplace where they do a pretty good job of finding targets. That's right. I did get the SOPMOD for a day. Sadly, it's gonna run out tomorrow, which is depressing. Even with the weapon renewal kit, I only got an extra day out of it. Anyways, not important. The auto turrets are more effective in matches like Cabin Fever, where you're not facing an enemy that will deliberately do everything, just sort of swat them out of the way like with human players. And auto turrets do a great job of serving and supporting doors. They rarely ever actually kill targets. I did almost straight Cabin Fevers with the auto turret, which was really nice. So I did actually get some combos like there. That wasn't a mine kill. Mine kill. That was the auto turret. And but usually what they do is they do a pretty good job of letting you know when there's a bad guy fairly near wherever the turret is. So you got to remember that. And they do a great job of softening up the infected for whenever they get in closer. They do begin to get overwhelmed when a bunch of infected show up at once, which is a bit of a problem. They start spreading their fire, and it usually takes 2 or 3 bullets for them to really zero in on their target. And I changed my strategy here. This is a really early match for me. I change my strategy pretty quickly and start deploying it, and then running out to take care of the mines, because what happens is if you deploy it really early on and then run away from the door, it can effectively, well, not super effectively, but do a decent job of covering the door early on, just keeping the initial wave away. They're great for distracting infected later on when because infected do get a little bit smarter as matches go on. They're great for distracting the infected. The infected will start swatting at it since it's shooting at them. Now that doesn't work if you're shooting at the infected too. So if you need a distraction, like you just ran out of ammo or something, and you still have that auto turret, dropping it and running will buy you a little bit of time, if nothing else. Still haven't switched to the more effective strategy. Let's see now. They have, I believe, 100 bullets of ammunition, which is somewhat underpowered, but oh well. It could be worse. I'll say this: at least it's very persistent with those bullets. Let's see now. It's noob friendly, and by that I mean both versions of noob friendly. You can chuck it anywhere, and it will be of some effectiveness. Like right there, if I had dropped it inside, the second infected would have come in, it would have targeted the infected. So it's very noob friendly for initial use if you haven't figured out how or where you want to place them. And it's also noob friendly in dealing with other noobs in the room. Like, you get these morons that blow up the mines for no reason. Well, no, they have a reason. Mines can't team attack. They will claim they team attack, but mines can't team attack. I've tested it. And the reason they're doing that is because they're thinking they're losing points by having auto turret there helping them. So, and they'll do this with everything. They'll do it with everything. Mines, hornets, everything. It's hard for, they can't, I've watched people that do it with the meds, because they don't want anyone else to be around. They want to get as many kills as possible, but it's hard to do it with the meds, because then people get mad and kick them, and it's hard to do it with auto turrets, because even people that are unfamiliar with the series recognize the fact that the auto turret isn't shooting at them, it's shooting at the infected. So just a little rant there. But yeah, they're noob friendly. They're pretty well immune to being accused of team killing. So let's see now. So they're noob friendly in all of that type of aspect. Let's see now. What didn't I cover? They're fun. Just for plain use, it's fun having those things around backing you up. Oh, backing up. That's it. Backup for auto turrets. I know it doesn't make sense. Flanking them. When you can flank them, which is basically grouping them, having multiple turrets working together, and it didn't happen in this match. In this match, I was the only person with a auto turret, but I do have a short couple, about 10 seconds worth of footage from another match where there were two auto turrets working together, and you'd think, whoop-de-doo, two auto turrets, they still aren't too effective, but you actually begin to get sort of an exponential increase in effectiveness, which is cool. So, yeah, there's me dropping another one there to try to cover the door for me. Anyways, yeah, so if you have two of them, they're almost like 3 or 4 times as effective. If you have 3 of them, it's like 5 or 6 times as effective. And so I can only imagine what happens if you get 8 of them guarding a door. You could probably just ignore the door for each round as long as you put fresh turrets in. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't do it in this match. I really should have, but I lost track of what, I forgot to check to see which, round we're in. And, great thing to do is to drop the auto turret, drop your auto turrets in here. In this room where I am. I'm doing a crappy job of trying to help my teammates to tell them there's health packs there. Anyways, so drop them in that main room right before round 11 starts up, and they will do a great job, probably better actually than mines and stuff, of laying it on, and the zombies that just kind of appear from the basement, which is nice. Again, I didn't do it in this match. I wish I had. I did it in other matches though. so it does work really well. So we've covered. Afterwards, where you're going to want to stick them is once round 16 comes around, you're going to want to stick them over there by the other set with the stairs, because mines don't work so well right there. You can drop all your mines at the bottom of the stairs, which is what I usually do to help cover it. But from round 16 on, you're probably going to want to stick them at the base of the stairs or someplace near that to cover you. And for this round 11 through 15, you could probably stick them in the big room underneath to slow down the advance up the stairs and stuff. So let's see now. That's ideal placement for later in the match. As you can see, I'm dropping it out here fairly early on, so that it won't start spamming stuff. And yeah, that covers a lot of what I was, what there is to talk about with the auto turret. It's not used to be great in regular matches, but it's kind of lost that. But it's still extremely useful in Cabin Fever, which is really nice.
Good job, Nikolai.
They might not do the greatest job of hammering out kills, but that's not to say that they don't get lucky. I mean, again, not in this match, and I didn't have footage of it because I didn't think that I'd get any more. But I actually got headshots with the auto turret. The little thing actually managed to headshot multiple zombies over the 24 hours that I had it. It didn't happen very often. I mean, kills in general are fairly rare, but it does happen, which is actually pretty cool. Another thing with the respawns. If you respawn and you're the only guy that respawns, finding some place where the infected aren't and dropping an auto turret is a great way to buy yourself time to figure out what you're gonna do with a massive horde of infected. So yeah, I think I have covered everything for the auto turret. It's longer than usual gun review, but I'm just going to reiterate again that even if you're not so good with figuring out where you want them, they are really fun. So yeah, if you have them as newbie as people will accuse you of being, it is very useful. Very nice for helping cover yourself. So I know I had fun for the day I had it. It's gone now, sadly. So is Viper. Viper was fun. I like Viper. Fast and decent armor. So yeah, that pretty much covers it for the oh, something I completely forgot. This is kind of important. Try to keep the zombies from exploding near it, because it is still susceptible to explosion damage. So if anything's gonna kill it, that's gonna kill it. Okay, so again, longer than usual review. Oh well. nikolai60 signing off. Auto turrets are a load of fun.